It's Sunday night and you know what that means. We are back with more SWE, the final episode of Throwdown before we hit our season's beatings pay-per-view. Tonight in our main event, we will be crowning our #1 contender for the European Championship live from Paris, France. And we are kicking things off then with a match suggested by Jay. We have got Mayo Iwatani going up against Toni Storm. So without further ado, let's get the ladies in the ring and crack on with this one, because both these ladies, need these points for different reasons. Iwatani is pretty damn close to an opportunity at the Women's Championship here in SWE, whereas Toni Storm currently sits lower down on the rankings, quite low down actually. But that might be a lack of opportunities really for Toni Storm. We haven't seen much of her so far. Nice forearms right in the face. Storm fighting back, and now in with Iwatani. Nice underhook suplex out of nowhere. Clubbing blow to the back of the head. Iwatani sending Storm into the corner with that running drop kick as well. And follows it up with another big running drop kick. Iwatani not messing around tonight. She doesn't get paid by the hour. She gets paid by the win. And that's what she's trying to get across the line instantly here. Toni Storm now rolling Iwatani over, has the arm wrenched back, and Storm now stamping on that arm. Sheer brutality. Sheer brutality. Iwatani now around the back, giving that big German suplex, sending it into the ropes. Storm now dragging Iwatani across and pinged back into the ring. Only a 1 count, not quite enough yet. Iwatani able to break free, and a big drop kick right into the gut by Toni Storm. Iwatani now with the arm breaker. And now wrenches back then into, wow, beautiful maneuver. Almost like a DDT, but utilizing the leg, as now Toni Storm is back up on her feet, but Iwatani with that big strike. Storm decked. But Iwatani not going for the pin, looking to add insult to injury where she can. Maybe she should have gone for the pin as she gets absolutely caught out there. Toni Storm now. Nice butterfly powerbomb on Iwatani. There's the pin for the 1-2. Only a 2 count. It was close though. That was close. Nice crucifix bomb there by Iwatani. Standing shooting star. Iwatani now with the back elbows. Oh, sorry, I did punch the microphone. I do apologise. Nice boot in their head there by Iwatani. She got caught though once again by Toni Storm. Into the corner, went for that running drop kick. Iwatani was able to avoid it, and now looking to try and take Storm up with what looked to be a Northern Lights suplex, but Storm outstrengthened and in with that suplex. Nice roll through there by Iwatani. Big boot across the chest. Now just drags Toni Storm mid of the ring. There's the boot in the gut as well. Big boots into the spine. And now arm behind the back, and Iwatani wrenches back, dropping the knees into the spine of Toni Storm. Iwatani now heading up to the top. She's going to go moonsault, is she? Yep. Oh my god, that was a hell of a moonsault, but Toni Storm got the knees up, and that was brutal. Nice uppercut. But Iwatani back up on her feet, and a nice running knee strike right to the face of Toni Storm, now dropping into the pin. Will this be enough? It's not. Nice sit-out powerbomb again by Toni Storm. Will this be enough? Oh, it's only a 2 count. Wow. Nice suplex once again. In now with the cross armbar. Really wrench him back. Iwatani now taking her up into that suplex. Toni Storm able to kick him away. Nice running knee. Once again, Toni Storm in full control of this match. Will she be able to come out with a victory? She is indeed. And that is a huge win for Toni Storm. Like I said earlier on, she's in a bit of a rough situation. But that is a huge win for her. Let's see what that does for Toni Storm. As you see, Iwatani roll to the outside. She won't be happy with herself. She'll feel like she should have done better. And that is going to move Toni Storm up then to 0 now from -1. So it's going to throw her back in the mix. She's still in 236th position, but much better than where she was. One more win will take her up to 50th, to be honest. So there's a lot of options there for Toni Storm. Iwatani drops down to 6th position on +6. Let's move on. And our second match of the season then, as suggested by Muhammad MZK Punk, we have got the Nasty Boys going up against the Steiner brothers. Scott Steiner in action for the second day in a row. Of course, yesterday he was facing off against his nephew, Bron Brecker, and got a big victory there. Today, a chance for them to advance in the tag team division. However, the Nasty Boys do stand in the way. The Nasty Boys so far, I believe, with only one match. That was in the tag team Dusty Classic. They lost in the first round, so they're on -1 at the moment. So there is a lot of work that needs to be done from both these teams, really not being given a lot of opportunity. But when they do get the chances like this, they need to take them, I suppose. So we've got Brian Knobbs then with the blonde hair and Jerry Sags with the darker hair. And then you've got Rick Steiner with the headgear on, and obviously Scott Steiner with the black and pink attire. This always stuns me, and I'm sure people probably agree with this, like, but if you look at this, I mean, this is a pretty damn good Scott Steiner core, to be honest with you, but if you look at this Scott Steiner core and compare it to, yeah, if you looked at early 90s Scott Steiner and then you looked at early 2000s Scott Steiner, there's no way you can tell me that's the same person. It's absolutely crazy how, I don't know what happened. I mean, you could have quite easily told me that he'd been replaced by somebody, like another actor, and I would have completely believed you. He looks nothing like him at all. Scott Steiner is the person who looks the least like Scott Steiner than Scott Steiner. Does that make sense? Nice takedown there by Brian Knobbs. But Scott Steiner back in control. Rick Steiner now with the elbows in the head of Jerry Sags. Big, strong strike in the face there by Brian Knobbs. And of course, don't forget, we've still got a massive main event here tonight where we'll crown the #1 contender for the European Championship. We'll have Pac versus Will Ospreay versus Timothy Thatcher in a three-way elimination match in our main event. The winner of that one will get a shot at Ivan Koloff and the SWE European Championship. There's elbows in the face there by Jerry Sags on Rick Steiner. And then in with the neck breaker as well by Jerry Sags. Scott Steiner, oh, I was about to say he did have control over Brian Knobbs. There goes Sags, dropping the knee across the face of Rick Steiner. Scott, though, fighting back, taking Brian Knobbs down. Here comes Steiner. Oh, he's going to go. Oh, I love this move so much. A Steiner screwdriver is an amazing, amazing move. It is an amazing move. I really do enjoy that move, I must admit. Update as well, by the way, for the second day in a row, that car with somebody sat in it is outside my house. It could be Chris Jericho. We've had this. That was a really funny comment. I must give you that one, yeah. No, it's just really weird. Just someone just sat outside my house in their car all day yesterday. They left at about 11 o'clock at night, and now they're back again. I don't know what's going on. Who sits in their car for like 12 hours as well? I mean, even if you're waiting for someone, you wouldn't sit there for 12 hours. You could drive somewhere and then come back later on, couldn't you? Unless they're like just watching somebody's house. I don't know, it's really weird. There's the Frankensteiner there by Scott Steiner on Brian Knobbs. That could be enough. There's the pin too. And, oh, only a 2 count. Rick Steiner now with a belly-to-belly slam. Brian Knobbs with a stiff clothesline. Rick Steiner now stamping on the arm of Jerry Sags as well. Knobbs now with Scott Steiner up in with that power slam. So Nasty Boy's looking pretty good here at the moment, but there's the breakup of the pin there by Rick Steiner. Jerry Sags grabs a hold of him now and just slams him face first into the mat. Scott with a big clothesline taking down Brian Knobbs. Jerry Sags now looking for a pump handle drop. And that could be the chance here as Brian Knobbs has Scott Steiner under control. And it is. The Nasty Boys have picked up the win. That is very nasty indeed. Alright, Nasty Boys. No, that's Dynasty. There we go. So they move up now on to 0. Whereas the Steiner brothers are going to... Wow, they actually move up to... Well, they move down to -2, the Steiner brothers. Not looking very good for them at all, is it really? Into the singles rankings, Scott Steiner is going to drop down to 0. Rick Steiner is going to drop down to +1. And of course, Sags and Knobbs are also going to move up to 0 in the singles rankings as well. Well, there we go. Victory for the Nasty Boys. Maybe a bit of a surprise victory for the Nasty Boys there, to be honest. Actually, I think both of the matches tonight have probably gone against what I would have expected. But let's see how the main event goes. And here we go then, triple threat elimination main event. This one has been suggested by Omega Project. We have got Will Ospreay, Pac, and Timothy Thatcher. Of course, Thatcher is not European himself. He is American, however, has done a lot of work in Europe. Also, is he still in NXT UK? Is he still hired by WWE? Timothy Thatcher, because wasn't he part of Imperium as well? Let's have a gander. Yeah, he's still part of WWE. Or was he part of Imperium? I thought they put him in Imperium, to be honest. I may be completely wrong. Okay. So he was in the Dusty Rhodes Classic with Tommaso Ciampa. La da la da la. Thatcher was written off TV on August the 24th with a throat injury as a brutal attack by Ridge Holland. Splitting up. Ciampa returned to a singles career. As of December 2021, Thatcher remains inactive and his future is unknown. So we have actually seen Thatcher since August then. He was written off of TV in August with a kayfabe injury. Whether he's got an actual injury as well is yet to be seen, I suppose. But I assumed he was involved in Imperium. I believe he was part of Ring Camp with Walter and Alexander Wolf and so forth. Yeah, because we've got them as a tag team. Thatcher and Walter is actually a tag team. Yeah, he's one-time WXW tag team champion alongside Walter, yeah. So yeah, he's a very effective guy. He said he's worked a lot in Europe, mainly WXW in Germany. Like I said, alongside the likes of Walter and Alexander Wolf and them sort of people. So he's got an opportunity here. He's very different to the other two men in the ring. Of course, both Pac and Ospreay. I was going to say both Pac and Ospreay are very high flyers, but they do have great grounded technical ability as well, which is what they're going to need to sort of bring out to keep a guy like Thatcher down, really. Because Thatcher is a incredible competitor in his own way, and I think if you allow him to change your style to a more ground and pound technical style, you could be in serious trouble. Ospreay now with the boot in the gut of Pac, taking him up into that suplex, or front suplex. Nice elbow to the knee there by Thatcher, who does send Ospreay into the corner in with that big running uppercut. Yeah, Thatcher's very much part of that stiff, strong style of wrestling, really. Similar to the likes of Oni Lorcan or Cesaro as well, a little bit, yeah. Pac now with Ospreay up. Gonna dump him to the outside. So these are no DQ, no countouts, but of course pinfalls and submissions have to take place inside the ring. And it is elimination, so there's a point for each elimination and an extra point for the winner. So 3 points up for grabs here in this match. Thatcher now taking Ospreay up, gonna slam him spine first into the mat. Pac now sending Thatcher face first in to the ring post as well. Pac now sending Thatcher into the ring and a big elbow into the face as well. Pac with a chop across the chest of Ospreay, now into the front chancery and in to the armbar, wrenching up at the arm. Ospreay rolling Pac through. Oh, just a little kick there right in the face of Pac. Thatcher with the boot in the gut and then into the armbar once again, this time on Ospreay. Ospreay rolls it through though. Thatcher with that stiff right hand and then into the Russian leg sweep. Went for the big clothesline on Pac, who was able to duck out of it. And Pac now in the back in with that suplex. And Thatcher's foot is underneath the rope. Of course, it is no countouts, no disqualifications, so rope breaks don't really count either, really. That's why that was allowed to continue on. Boot in the gut there by Thatcher. Then he gets a drop kick right in the back of their head as return from Ospreay, who then drop kicks Pac as well. Nice trip there by Ospreay. Who's going to get the first elimination in this one? I believe Pac's quite high up in the rankings, isn't he? Am I wrong there, or is he like really high up? I am wrong. I don't see Pac at all at the top end of the rankings. Or Will Ospreay actually either. Let's have a quick look, see what they are. So Pac, no, Pac currently sits on -2, so he's actually nowhere near the top end of the rankings. Ospreay's on +4, which puts him in 38th position. Thatcher is on +1 after 3 matches. So Pac's the one who needs this win the most, really. There's a nice reverse Bloody Sunday there by Ospreay on Pac. Thatcher now taking Ospreay up in with that suplex. Nice jawbreaker. Front Chancery now sending Thatcher against the ropes. What's the plan here by Ospreay? Just dumping Thatcher to the outside. Ospreay now dives through the ropes. Tope Suicida absolutely decking Thatcher. Oh, I caught a shiny Pokemon. Excellent. So this match continues on now on the outside. Pac has Ospreay back into the ring. Rolls him over looking for the pin. Ospreay, although he did catch Thatcher, obviously did damage to himself as well. Thatcher now wrenching back at the arm of Pac. But Pac able to strike Thatcher right in the gut. Now into that big powerbomb, stacks him up. 1, 2, and 3. No, yeah, it is, yeah. Thatcher is eliminated. There we go. And Pac, who was on -2, is going to get himself up to -1, but of course he could lose that if he gets knocked out here by Ospreay as well. But if Pac was to win this match, he would go from -2 to +1 in one match, which would be huge. It would completely turn his year around. Of course, we'll be resetting the rankings to a point in next year. We will keep all of these scores, but we'll also separate the 2022 score as well, so we've got an idea of basically the yearly annual score as well as the overall score as well, if that makes sense. I don't want to confuse myself there, but I think I did there for a moment. Let's take down there by Ospreay. Big uppercut on Pac. Front Chancery by Pac now on Ospreay as well. Nice roll through. And Ospreay with a big boot right in the side of the head of Pac. There is the pin for the 1, 2. Oh, only a 2 count. I thought there may have been a 3 there, but not quite enough. Ospreay now sending Pac face first into the top turnbuckle, now dumping him to the outside. What's the plans now? Across he goes into that tornado DDT. A beautiful maneuver, if you will. And it's Ospreay who's actually busted open here. Not quite sure how that's happened, but yeah, Ospreay's been busted open. Pac sending Ospreay back into the ring, and there's a big elbow across the face. Pac now dragging Ospreay back into the middle of the ring. Gonna drop a boot right in the back of the arm. That looks incredibly painful. Now bringing Ospreay back up to a seated base before just wrenching away at the neck. Pac once again just wrenching away at the back of the neck now of Ospreay. I mean, this is not one of those holds where you're going to get the win. This is just one of those sort of rest holds, allowing Pac just to recuperate a little bit and plan his next course of action, which was the shooting star press. But Ospreay also saw that coming, got the knees up. Rolls Pac through in that spinning kick right to the side of the face of Pac. There's in with a pin by Ospreay. It's only a 2 count. Pac now just dragged back into the middle of the ring by Will Ospreay. There's the boots right in the face by Ospreay as well. Ospreay, there's the boot in the guts. Hook in the arms. On the shoulder. There he goes. Boom. That could be enough. That could be enough for Will Ospreay to win this match and to get a shot at the European Championship. It is indeed. Pac, unfortunately for himself, I mean, he's going to come out of this match the way he started because he did get that 1 elimination. But Will Ospreay, that's big for him. He was on +4. I mean, this win is now going to move him up to +6, which is going to move him from 38th position up to... Where's he gone? Oh, that's fine. Sorry, I panicked there for a second. I thought the rankings the wrong way around. 38th position up to 26th position. But yeah, it's a lot closer now, and he's got a great opportunity at the actual championship as well then, against, of course, Ivan Koloff. That will be at our Season's Beatings pay-per-view. Will Ospreay, that's our final championship match. So we've now got all of our championship matches sorted, I think, apart from the Hardcore Championship, but I'll sort that as well as we go along. We've got the Brothers of Destruction versus the Midnight Express. We've got for the Tag Team Championships, that one. Samoa Joe versus Jericho for the IC Championship. We've got Decay versus Charlotte and Tessa Blanchard for the Women's Tag Team Championship. Yokozuna defends the United States Championship for the first time in 6 months against Bret the Hitman Hart. Ivan Koloff will defend the European Championship against Will Ospreay. The Bunny will defend the SW Women's Championship against Thunder Rosa. And, of course, Seth Rollins will defend the SWE Championship against Walter. Anyway, thank you very much for everyone who watched. Thank you very much for your suggestions. Good night, God bless, Alvida saying I love you all. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.